Hi, everybody, and welcome along to episode 170 of the Big Quiz Night In's Facebook Live show. Thank you all for joining me here. If you are watching live and if you're watching a repeat of this, please do just let me know. Still like to know if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever it may be. Do drop us a comment and let me know. We've got some comments coming in already in the chat. Let's see who we've got here this evening. I can see we've got Sue and the Donut saying good evening. We've got Andy there saying good evening too. Gabby says, hiya, Pinky and the Brain are here tonight. Welcome. I joked that it's as if they knew that catchphrase was on tonight because they always tend to do well when it's catchphrase in particular. Well, they do well in every quiz round, let's be honest, but catchphrase in particular is a speciality, I see. Geraldine says good evening to everybody, and Jodie's there as well saying hi, everybody. So welcome along to all of you. And if anybody else is watching and you haven't commented yet, please do get involved. Say hi. If this is a new thing for you, introduce yourself. Say hi. Don't be shy. I know there's a few other people watching. I also know that recently, and you may have seen me share this, we crossed 1,300 followers on the Big Quiz Night In page, which is great. So I would love to start seeing some more engagement from all those people. Where are they all? They must have followed for a reason. But yeah, it would be nice to see some more people getting involved with the quizzes I share. And with that said, I can tell you now, we are about to go into our kids' question to kick off the show. If you are not familiar with how this works, I'll explain when we get to it. But following that, we have 3 quiz rounds for you, and then we finish every quiz with some game show rounds inspired by Family Fortunes, and tonight, yes, as I mentioned, catchphrase. So let's go over to the kids' question first to kick off this part of the show. And we've got Ruben with us again. Ruben is back. So the way this one works, and again, for anybody new that's watching, Rue's going to ask a question. There'll be 4 choices for you to guess, and you do guess in the comments for this one. Let me know what your guess is. If we see that you've guessed it correctly, you earn yourself 2 bonus points that you can add on to your score for any of the upcoming 3 full quiz rounds. So just a bit of fun to kick off the show, and there's a reason why we're doing this particular subject tonight, which we'll explain afterwards, won't we, mate? Yeah? Mm-hmm. All right, so guess in the comments A, B, C or D. Your question is...
which island does Moana live on? Is it A, Hawaii, B, Samoa, C, Tahiti, or D, Motunui?
Okay, so choose, please. Is it A, B, C, or D? Have a guess, and let's see how many of you can earn some bonus points tonight for this kid's question. So while we're waiting for them to guess, why don't you tell them why we're asking about Moana?
So, my school musical, as you all know, because I'm in year 6 now, I'm grown up, it's so scary.
Going up too fast.
Is Moana. My musical is Moana.
It's gonna be Moana, yes.
I'm going for Maui. Gonna be the demigod.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, hopefully.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, won't it, mate?
Mm.
Yeah. Good. Well, we thought we'd do a question about Moana to celebrate that fact. We discovered this after his Sats week last week, didn't we?
Mm.
Very interesting. Let's have a look. We've got Gabby's guessing D, Jodie's saying B, Geraldine saying D, Sue's going for B. Interesting. They're both split between B and D.
It's like a chain. It's like D, B, D, B.
They are, yeah. I wonder if anybody else is going to have a guess. They're all real islands, by the way. I believe, yeah, they are. Yeah. And they all are, yeah, inspired by, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is spelt the same, just about. So it's definitely the inspiration for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's literally meant to be.
Instead of the.
No. Those are all real. This one is ever so slightly different, but it's basically the same. We'll explain what we mean in a moment. Now, those are like the only guesses we're getting in. Maybe Andy's making a cup of tea. Oh, he's backed out, I'm guessing. That's the other live viewer tonight. It's okay. Let's reveal what the answer is then, mate. It is... Ready?
Motunui.
Motunui. That is the real answer. That's where Moana lives.
Because I was confused, because Tahiti sounds a lot like Te Fiti.
No, Tahiti's a real place as well. Yeah.
So what did you mean by
So
it's like?
I looked it up, and Motunui isn't one word, but it is in the film. But in the real place in the South Pacific, I think it's spelt with a space in between. But yeah, it's the same word, just a space in between, so two separate words, I guess. But who got the bonus points?
Gabby and Geraldine.
Gabby and Geraldine did. Well done.
Job.
2 points each. 2 points each. Excellent work. We are going to move on to the next round. Thank you very much for helping again, mate.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
It makes sense for me to do my wave thing.
You're waving.
So,
because, yeah.
make way, make way.
Good one. Yes, so that was a bit of fun, wasn't it? We have got the countdown conundrum on screen now. Oh my goodness, he's forgot to turn it off, hasn't he? Oh my goodness, I knew there was something I was forgetting. This is going to be an interesting night, isn't it? Countdown conundrum. It was there. I think I might have forgotten to put it in though. That is a real shame. I've got 3 good ones for you tonight. Might have to bring them up a different way. Let me think about that one. Okay, the first quiz round we're going to be doing is a metallic quiz. So all the questions are to do with something metal. Something metal. Could be about real or fictional things, but all the questions and answers have something to do with metal. Okay, so as I go through these, no more guesses in the comments, please. You can continue to chat, of course, but what you can't do is do the answers in the comments because we don't want to spoil it for others. I'll go through the answers at the end of a round and we'll see how well you did. Good evening to Millie and Mike. Welcome along. What I'm going to do with the countdown conundrums, because I haven't got them in place, but I am going to add them in separately. I'm going to start the quiz now, and whilst I'm doing that, I will insert them, probably not very subtly. I can do it without the answer, at least. So I think he says. Let me check. Hi, Chris. Sorry I'm late. Home alone tonight, so not expecting a good score. Oh, that's okay. Can we just celebrate the fact that I've managed to get the chat working on screen as well? Because last week it didn't work. Although I could see it in Facebook, it wasn't on screen, and it is working again. So I think I've now fixed that. There was an update that needed to happen. Right. Okay, so I think I can get this going, actually. So let me just have a play around. Question number 1 in the metallic quiz. Most professional darts are made from which metal? So again, we're not putting guesses in the chat. But most professional darts are made from which metal? The countdown conundrum that was on screen earlier on was last week's one. So I'm now putting in the actual ones, which I can do thankfully by keeping it hidden, and it should still work. So let me just do that. Question number 2. Brass is an alloy made from which 2 metals? 1 point for each. Brass is an alloy made from which 2 metals? Yes, we might be all right, actually, you know. I might actually be a bit of a genius. A forgetful one, but still. Okay, let's have a look. Hey, there we go. He's done it. That does mean you'll probably see the old ones on the next pages, but it's very quick and easy for me to change. Now that panic is over. Question number 3. Which actor played the title role in the 2013 film Man of Steel? Which actor played the title role in the 2013 film Man of Steel? So, again, for those who are new that are watching, this countdown conundrum, you get 2 bonus points if you work that out, but we don't guess those in the comments either. I will reveal the answer at the end of the round. And there should be 2 more to go through for the next 2 rounds. So, who played the Man of Steel on film in 2013 is question 3. Question 4, what is the name of the Incas' lost city of gold? What is the name of the Incas' lost city of gold? Oh, Andy's far behind, I see. He says, massive delay tonight. I'm watching, but there will be No interaction from me as I'm so far behind. Good news, as none of my sidetracked tonight subjects tonight. I'm guessing you meant. What you can do, Andy, is still comment, and I will try and read it in context with where we are. So don't worry about that. I still appreciate the comments. You can still leave a score for each round and things like that as we go. Okay, the next one. Next question is, where are we? Question number 5. By what name was Farouk Bulsara better known to us? By what name was Farouk Bulsara better known to us? Always be thinking about the theme. If it's not clear from the question, the theme will be very relevant in the answer, okay? Okay, your next question. Question number 6. The X-Men character Wolverine's skeleton is coated with which fictional metal? The X-Men character Wolverine's skeleton is coated with which fictional metal? Question number 7 for 3 points. What are the chemical symbols for gold, iron, and tin? What are the chemical symbols for gold, iron, and tin? So 3 points there. Gold, iron, and tin. What are their chemical symbols? Question number 8. Which rockers originally released the song Iron Man? Which rockers originally released the song Iron Man? Question number 9. Which is the lightest metal known to man? Which is the lightest metal known to man? Question number 10 now. Who solved the secret of the unicorn? Again, think of the theme, because there's no clue there really in the question. Think of the theme. There's no metal mentioned in the question, so there must be something in the answer. Who solved the secret of the unicorn? It's not going to be Sherlock Holmes then, is it? Question 11 now. Question 11. The symbols from which 4 chemical elements spell the word irony when placed next to each other? The symbols from which 4 chemical elements spell the word irony when placed next to each other? Question number 12 now. Question 12. We've had one question about a rock band. We've got a couple more on the way. Which legendary rock band had hits with Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman? So 1 point question. If you don't know your rock music, they're both by the same band. Which legendary rock band had hits with Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman? Question 13. The term heavy metal originally comes from which song by Steppenwolf? The term heavy metal originally comes from which song by Steppenwolf? Okay, question 14 then. Which boxers were nicknamed Iron Mike, Golden Boy, and Dr. Iron Fist? Which boxers were nicknamed Iron Mike, Golden Boy, and Dr. Iron Fist? That will be for 3 points, of course. Okay, and question number 15 for 3 more points. Which acts had UK hit singles with Silver Machine, Brass in Pocket, and Gold Digger? Which acts had UK hit singles with Silver Machine, Brass in Pocket, and Gold Digger? 1 point for each of those. I'll give you a little bit of thinking time, and I'll waffle on for a little bit. If you want any requests, if you want to request anything to be repeated, please do say that in the comments now if you're watching live, and I can do those repeats for you. Unless, of course, you're a little bit behind the live feed, in which case you might be a bit too late for that. You've also running out of time now to think of your answer for the countdown conundrum. You get 2 bonus points if you can work that out. I was trying to work out while I was feeling quite jittery coming into the show. I don't normally get nervous or worried or anxious about doing this. I've done it obviously 170 times now. And I realise it's absolutely nothing to do with this show. It's because there's quite a big football match tomorrow. And I'm petrified about what's going to happen. Oh, because for my sins, as many of you know, I'm a Spurs fan. And the game tomorrow is kind of a big deal. So I'm glad that the final wasn't yesterday and it was a negative result. Then I would have been inconsolable today and probably have dropped out of doing the quiz entirely. So unless you're a Man United fan, please keep your fingers crossed for my team so that I can be happy. We've got Jane watching as well. Hi to Jane, thank you for tuning in. I'm just going to repeat questions 13 and 15 for this round that we're just finishing. Then we're going to move on to our next round. Jane, I absolutely love your profile picture. I noticed when you followed me earlier on, Dara is brilliant. I follow him on TikTok and converse with him a little bit in his comments there about quiz stuff. Because obviously I do this kind of quiz stuff on TikTok as well. And he is such a lovely guy. And he's from Oxford as well, which isn't far from where I am. So yes, he's one of my favourite chasers, definitely. But welcome along. So, yes, let's do 13 and 15 now, shall we? Question 13, to repeat that, was the term heavy metal originally comes from which song by Steppenwolf? The term heavy metal originally comes from which song by Steppenwolf? He's an angel. I bet he is. Yeah, I'd like to meet him in real life one day. Definitely. I want to try and get him to come to one of my pub quizzes since he's local. That would be amazing. Imagine that, just a chaser rocking up to your pub quiz. The regulars would absolutely lose it, I bet. I'm just back from seeing him in Oxford the other day. Oh, cool. That's lovely. Okay. Well, question 15, I'll just repeat that for the Donuts team as well. Question 15, which act had UK hit singles with Silver Machine, Brass in Pocket, and Gold Digger? Which acts had UK hit singles with Silver Machine, Brass in Pocket, and Gold Digger for 3 points? So write down all those answers, have a guess at as many of them as you can, and I'm going to tell you what the answers are in just a moment. I'm letting everybody have a little bit of thinking time because we were a bit all over the place rushing through that round there, or at least that's how I felt. I've explained why I'm a bit jittery. I don't need to mention it again now. Right, so I'll go through the answers, give yourself a point for each one, unless otherwise stated, of course. And then 2 points if you can work out what the conundrum is. I'm always pointing the wrong way because it's mirrored. 2 points for that. Question 1 was, most professional darts are made of which metal? The answer is tungsten. Question 2, brass is an alloy made from which 2 metals? That was copper and zinc. 1 point for each. Question 3, which actor played the title role in the 2013 film Man of Steel? Henry Cavill. And very good at it he was too. It's just a shame the movies weren't as well received as they should have been. Although that one in particular was very good. Question 4. What's the name of the Incas' lost city of gold? That is El Dorado. Question 5. By what name was Farouk Bulsara better known to us? That is Freddie Mercury. Question 6. The X-Men character Wolverine's skeleton is coated by which fictional metal? It's called adamantium. Question 7. What are the chemical symbols for gold, iron and tin? AU is gold, FE is iron, and SN is tin. Question 8. Which rockers originally released the song Iron Man? That is Black Sabbath. Question 9. Which is the lightest metal known to man? It's lithium. Question 10. Who solved the secret of the unicorn? Tintin. Question 11. The symbols from which 4 chemical elements spell the word irony when placed next to each other? That is iridium, IR, oxygen, O, nitrogen, N, and yttrium, Y. 1 point for each of those. Question 12. Which legendary rock band had hits with Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman? It was Metallica. Question 13. The term heavy metal originally comes from which song by Steppenwolf? It's from Born to be Wild. Because in the song they say heavy metal thunder. That's the lyric in the song. And that is apparently the first time heavy metal was mentioned to describe that kind of music. Question 14. Which boxers are nicknamed Iron Mike, Golden Boy, and Dr. Iron Fist? So Iron Mike was Mike Tyson, Golden Boy Oscar de la Hoya, and Vitaly Klitschko was Dr. Iron Fist. Question 15. Which act had UK hit singles with Silver Machine, Brass in Pocket, and Gold Digger? It is Hawkwind, The Pretenders, and Kanye West. Okay, so tally up your scores then. The answer for the countdown conundrum is navigated. Navigated is that one. 2 extra points if you could work that one out. There's going to be another one on the next round and then the third round as well. So we've got connections and then potluck. 2 more 15 question trivia rounds coming up with countdown conundrums on both. Although, as I said, I will have to update the conundrums you see initially, I believe. Not normally the way, but such is life. Let's see how many points you've got. Whilst I wait for those scores to come in, and they are already, remember there is a link in the description of every video I post, and on that link, if you open it up, it presents lots of different social media icons, and if you tap on any of those are places it will take you directly to where you can follow me on other social media platforms. So like I said before, that's on TikTok and Instagram, Threads and X still, Blue Sky. There's honestly hundreds. I'm all over the place. So please do consider giving us a follow on other places for free quiz content. YouTube as well. That's another big one. Please follow on YouTube too. Subscribe there. Okay. Team scores are coming in for those watching live. Jody says 7 points. Sue says scored 15. No conundrum though. Ooh. 3 points for Jane. We've got 10 points for Catherine. Geraldine's got 4 plus the 2 points from Rue. Yeah, from the kids' question earlier on. Add them up. That's good. That's what they're for. Pinky in the Brain got 18 points, but no conundrum. Ooh. Well, hopefully better luck with the next ones. I will just have to change them over quickly though. Let's go over to that next page now. Connections is the next round, and there's some bonus points available if you can work out what the connection is to this themed round. Right, I'm just going to hide away the old conundrum and add in the new one. I will reveal it in a moment. Connections round then. So you're going to get 15 questions. Normally these rounds had 10 questions. I've upped this one to 15, okay? Every answer has a word or part of it or all of it that combines to a greater theme. So questions 1 to 14 will be seemingly completely unrelated questions, but actually when I ask you question 15, I'll say, what's the connection? And if you get the connection right, you get 5 extra points on top of what you get for 1 to 14. So questions 1 to 14 will be 1 point questions typically. I think there's one that's got a few extras available. But if you get the bonus right, you get an extra 5 points. Okay? Yes, Pinky and the Brain got 18 points. Million might get 7 points. I think that's about everybody. Andy, I know you're a bit behind on the live feed, so please do put your score in anyway. You know I appreciate the comments. So I'll bring in the conundrum in a moment. Question 1. What was Leslie Grantham's nickname in EastEnders? What was Leslie Grantham's nickname in EastEnders? That's the first question in this round. I'm just sorting out your conundrum for you now. Okay, we should be good to go now. And there's your conundrum, everybody. 2 points if you can get that right, but remember, don't get in the comments. Just make notes of them your side. Question 2. Which Nick was once the leader of the British Nationalist Party and, an extra clue for you, had a mythical creature for a surname? Which Nick was once the leader of the British Nationalist Party and had a mythical creature for his surname? Hopefully, if you've got no idea who that person was or is, you can at least guess a mythical creature and hope you've got the right surname. Question number 3. Whose first UK #1 was Give It Up in 1983? Whose first UK #1 was Give It Up in 1983? Question number 4 now. Born Keith Valentine Graham Bilal Musa, which musician is the face of Reggae Sauce? Born Keith Valentine Graham Bilal Musa, which musician is the face of Reggae Sauce? You can see why he might have shortened his name or changed his name up a bit. It's quite the name. Okay, question number 5 now. Elizabeth Bennet is the central character in which Jane Austen classic? Elizabeth Bennet is the central character in which Jane Austen classic? Question number 6. Now, question 6. What venue has been the home of the PDC World Darts Finals since 2008? Ooh. Which venue has been the home of the PDC World Darts Finals since 2008? Andy's come in with a message from the past. 14 for me, allowing for the delay. I've probably got grey hair by the time you read this. Very good. That's a good score. Well done. All right, we'll keep it going with the next one as well. Okay, question number 7 now. Question 7. Chuck Norris played which cowboy on TV between 1993 and 2001? Chuck Norris played which cowboy on TV between 1993 and 2001? Okay, question 8 now. Question 8. Which British actor was Oscar nominated for his role in The Madness of King George? Which British actor was Oscar nominated for his role in The Madness of King George? Question number 9 for 3 points. Which 3 words make up the national motto of France? Obviously, you can put them in English. You don't have to write them in French. Which 3 words make up the national motto of France? And that's for 3 points, but only one of the words is connected to the theme. And that will be typically the first word when the motto is said in order. I'll be fair to you and give you that much of a clue. So 3 points, 1 point for each correct word in the motto. The first of the 3 is the one that's connected to the theme of the overall round, that connection. Okay, your next question then is which flower did Seal sing about in his hit single from the Batman Forever soundtrack? Which flower did Seal sing about in his hit single from the Batman Forever soundtrack? Question 11 now. Question 11. What name is given to a bird's home that it makes for itself in a tree? What name is given to a bird's home that makes it that it makes for itself in a tree? I know that might seem like a really, really easy answer, but some of them, to help you get the connection, sometimes need to be. So especially if you struggled for points. Question 12. Datsun was a Japanese car manufacturer owned by which multinational car manufacturing company, also from Japan? Datsun was a Japanese car manufacturer owned by which multinational car manufacturing company, also from Japan? Especially because some of the questions are really difficult. It helps to have some that should be quite easy for everyone. Question 13. Which city in the USA is known as the hub for religious tourism, being the headquarters of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Which city in the USA is famously known as being a hub for religious tourism, being the headquarters of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? And question 14. What colour is a black box used on aeroplanes so that they can be found easier in the event of an accident? What colour is the black box used on aeroplanes so that they can be found easier in the event of an accident? And question 15 then, as I said at the start of the round, what's the connection? If you can get the connection correct, something that connects some or all of the words in those answers, you get 5 extra points. So, yeah, as long as you got, I don't know, maybe if you got 2 or 3 of them correct, you might be able to work it out. It's not like a ridiculously difficult theme. Not really, but, you know, like every quiz, it's only easy if you know the answers, I suppose. Good luck, nonetheless. 5 bonus points is massive, especially if you haven't got many of the others. That's really going to boost your score. Okay, anybody need a repeat for this round? If you are watching live, do let me know. I'll give you a little update just to waffle on a bit while you get that thinking time in. To say that I continue to transfer all the episodes of Big Quiz Night In over to YouTube. I'd say I'm maybe 70% there, maybe even a bit more than that now. There's been 3 uploaded almost every day, I've got it automated, so once I set them to go, they just go. So they are all moving to YouTube, and I'm doing that because YouTube's just going to delete everything, unfortunately. All the old content will go over the last few years eventually, if it hasn't already. No, it hasn't already. It will go. And then every new episode will only be on Facebook for 30 days before they delete those as well. That's just their new process. So gradually everything's being moved over, a little bit out of order, but still, at least it'll all be there for future reference. Can I repeat 3 and 8, please, says Gabby. Of course I can. So 3 was, whose first UK number 1 was Give It Up in 1983? And number 8 was, which British actor was Oscar nominated for his role in The Madness of King George? Last few seconds then, because we are going to be revealing the countdown conundrum answer once I've gone through the answers for this round. Okay. Let's do that then now. Question 1. What was Leslie Grantham's nickname in EastEnders? He was Dirty Den. Question 2. Which Nick was once the leader of the British Nationalist Party and had a mythical creature for a surname? He was Nick Griffin. Question 3. Whose first UK number 1 was Give It Up in 1983? It was Casey and the Sunshine Band. There was one of my Patreon quizzes a few months ago now. We did a Nevermind the Buzzcocks inspired quiz. Casey and the Sunshine Band was very heavily referenced in that. So, yeah, should do another one of those actually at some point. That was good fun. Question 4. Born Keith Valentine Graham Bilal Musa, which musician is the face of Reggae Sauce? It's Levi Roots. Question 5. Elizabeth Bennet is the central character in which Jane Austen classic? It is Pride and Prejudice. Question 6. What venue has been the home of the PDC World Darts Finals since 2008? And this might be the last year, actually. It might move after this one. It's Ali Pali or Alexandra Palace. Question 7. Chuck Norris played which cowboy on TV between 1993 and 2001? That is Walker, Texas Ranger. Question 8. Which British actor was Oscar nominated for his role in The Madness of King George? That was Nigel Hawthorne. Question 9. Which 3 words make up the national motto for France? It is liberty, equality, and fraternity. Liberty is the key word there for the theme. Question 10. Which flower did Thiel sing about in his hit single from the Batman Forever soundtrack? It was called Kiss from a Rose. So rose is what you needed there for the point and for the clue towards the theme. Question 11. What name is given to a bird's home that it makes for itself in a tree? It's a bird's nest. And question 12. Datsun was a Japanese car manufacturer owned by which multinational car manufacturing company? It was also from Japan. It's Nissan. 13. Which city in the USA is famously known as the hub for religious tourism? That is Salt Lake City. Salt Lake being the key words there. Number 14. What colour is a black box used on aeroplanes? They are orange. They are bright orange. And question 15, what's the connection? So this is for 5 bonus points. The connection is football stadiums. They were all names of football stadiums. Some of them reference older sponsors, but still famous under those names. And others are other stadiums around the world. So you had the Den, Griffin Park, the KC Stadium, Roots Hall, Pride Park, the Alexandra Stadium, the Walker Stadium, the Hawthorns, Liberty Stadium, Rose Bowl Stadium, which is in California. Bird's Nest is the nickname for Beijing's national stadium, which I think was used at the World Cup and at the Olympics, I think. The World Cup and the Olympics? It might have just been the Olympics, I think it was built for. I don't know. Something like that. Nissan Stadium in Japan. Salt Lake Stadium is actually in Kolkata, India. And the Orange Velodrome is Olympique Marseille's stadium. So there you go. The connection for 5 bonus points were football stadiums. Let me know when you give me your scores, did you get the connection? I appreciate the fact you don't get much thinking time here. When we do these in the pub, you do tend to get a bit more time to think about them. But love to know if any of you worked that out. With that said, the answer for the countdown conundrum is decadence. Decadence. It's almost, if you look at it side by side like that, it's almost in the right order anyway, or it appears that way at first glance. I panicked for a minute there and thought I did it wrong. It's like, oh, it's the same. Oh, no, it's not. Hopefully you got it right, though, because it doesn't look as jumbled up as perhaps it could be. But now you know that. 2 points if you got that right, 5 points if you got the connection, 1 point for all the other answers. Plenty of points available here. Let's see how well you did. Let me know in the comments. And then we'll move on to our third quiz round of the evening, which will be a potluck general knowledge round. No theme for that one, but similar in premise to what you've just gone through. General knowledge questions will be round number 3. Again, for the benefit of people that are watching for the first time, should just let you know that this is the kind of format for all of the shows at the moment, ever since Phase 5 started, which was, I don't know how long ago now. This is the format, this is how it goes. The only difference is we alternate between catchphrase we're going to do at the end tonight, and we do tenable on the alternating weeks. So I'll either do tenable or catchphrase, but everything else is basically the same. And the 3 subjects for the question rounds and the kids question we do at the start, different every time. Some subjects rotate back in, of course, but they're always different questions. Now, we have some scores coming in. Well done to Jody, 7 plus 2. Sue says, scored 12, got the conundrum, but not the connection. Still good score. 9 points, definitely didn't get the connection, says Catherine, or the conundrum. Oh dear, well, 9 points is still good. 9 plus 2 for the conundrum, no connection for Geraldine either. Pinky in the Brain scored 11 plus 2 for the conundrum, but we didn't get the connection either, yeah. Honestly, these connections rounds, when you hear what the connection is, you're like, oh, that's actually quite easy if you knew about the subject in the first place. If you knew. And sometimes they're really difficult. There's another one I've done a while back, which all the answers feature the same surname as a radio presenter. And if you don't listen to the radio, you ain't got a chance. So, just to give you an idea. But yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of those. It's quite a fun round. And you did all right. You did all right with your trivia, just not the connections. I wonder if Andy's got it. Let's see, because he does like his football. We'll see. Oh, Jan's here as well. Good evening, everyone. Glad I could make it in for at least one round. You have, just in time. Let's switch over to that next round. And as I said, I'm going to just update the conundrum for you. The next round is potluck. So we'll go through 15 questions again for this one. 1 point for each correct answer unless otherwise stated. Your conundrum looks like this. I think this one's very gettable as well. I think so. Give yourself a moment. I'm sure you'll get it. Fingers crossed. Glad we all missed a connection. Maybe Andy will know, says Gabby. Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, I think he might. But we'll see. No pressure, Andy. Question 1 in our potluck round then. Who are currently the next 2 royals in line for the British throne? 1 point for each. Who are the next 2 royals in line for the British throne? Not that we wish people's time away, but who is next in line? The next 2 people. 2 points for that. Okay, your next question is, as I just check something else out. Right, we are looking now at international registration codes. Where in the world would you find a car with the international registration code V? Where in the world would you find a car with the international registration code V? No more clues beyond that. Question number 3. Who created Sherlock Holmes, The Wind in the Willows, and Tarzan? 1 point for each, 3 different authors. Who created Sherlock Holmes, The Wind in the Willows, and Tarzan? Question number 4 now. This is multiple choice for question 4. Is a Nepalese Bangur a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Is a Nepalese Bangur, Bangur, is that a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Okay, then question number 5 now. This is for 3 points. Question 5. In which American states could you visit the Grand Canyon, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Gateway Arch? In which American states could you visit the Grand Canyon, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Gateway Arch for 3 points? Oh, there's a message coming in from the past. Andy says 10 plus 2 for the conundrum. Sadly, no connection. Nobody has volunteered to tell me the answers from the future. Good, good. Nobody help him. Well done, mate. Good score. But no, didn't get the connection, though. Never mind. Again, I think it's about how much thinking time. Maybe if you had a little bit longer, you'd work it out. Question number 6 now. Who was the first wife to be divorced by Henry VIII? Who was the first wife to be divorced by Henry VIII? Question 7 for 3 whole points. What does the abbreviation PB and J mean to Americans? What does the abbreviation PB and J mean to Americans? 3 points if you get that right, 1 for each correct word. Question number 5 now. Which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? Which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? Question number 9. For 3 points, which 3 books about Lisbeth Salander were written by Stig Larsson? Which 3 books about Lisbeth Salander were written by Stig Larsson? So 1 point for each, of course. Question number 10 now. Question 10. What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? Jan says Stig Larsson, is it the guy in white suit from Top Gear? No. Sadly not. He was just the Stig. Funny though. Yes, very good. Question 11. What is someone who believes in anti-disestablishmentarianism opposed to the disestablishment of? What is someone who believes in anti-disestablishmentarianism opposed to be disestablishment of? That's such a mouthful of a question. The trick with connection rounds, Andy says from the past, is that you need to get key answers correct, as wrong answers confuse you. In hindsight, I should have got that. Yeah. Of course. I'm sure if one of the answers was about Oxford United Stadium, you would have got it immediately, but I couldn't really think of a way to connect Kassam as a name into the quiz round without being deliberately about the stadium and also being acceptable for a wider audience. Well, that would have given it away to you for sure. Okay, I'm going to say question 11 again. I'm going to try to, and then we're going to go straight to question 12. Question 11 was, what is someone who believes in anti-disestablishmentarianism opposed to the disestablishment of? There you go. Question 12. Which 5 hit singles by the Beatles mention the word love in the title? Which 5 hit singles by the Beatles mention the word love in the title? Yes, I know. Yeah, Jan says the mouthful question is impossible to answer for the non-native speaker. Yes. You just need to break down the word, the establishment, because there's nothing really in the word that screams to even an English speaker specifically this answer, but it is a word that exists, an incredibly long word that exists for this very purpose. So what kind of establishment could they be opposed to the disestablishment of? I don't know. Have a guess. Right. Question number 13. Which country has the most vending machines per head of population? Which country has the most vending machines per head of population? Question 14 now for 3 points. Put these European rivers into the correct order with the longest first. The Rhine, the Danube, and the Volga. Put these European rivers into the correct order with the longest first. The Rhine, the Danube, and the Volga. That will be 3 points or 1 point for each that's in the correct order. Keep an eye on that countdown conundrum if you haven't worked it out already. Okay, question 15, then the final question for 4 points. And you don't have to put these in order, but according to a recent survey, which 4 varieties of apple were the most sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? I do mean the fruit, not the mobile phone technology company. According to a recent survey, which 4 varieties of apple were the most sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? It reminds me, though, of a sketch with Harry Enfield and Ronnie Corbett, which is very funny, where Ronnie Corbett walks into a greengrocer's and he says he's got a problem with his BlackBerry. And he talks about it like it's almost like it's a phone, but he puts it down and it's a literal blackberry fruit. And then they talk about having the latest Apple and is it on orange? And he puts it on orange, literally puts it on an orange. It's so funny. Do look it up if you've not seen it. Very reminiscent of the Four Candles sketch that Ronnie Corbett was also famously involved in. Very funny stuff. Okay. Does anybody want a question repeated? Last chance to get your repeats in. Oh, how many apples? It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, it's so silly. I love that kind of humour, though. Very good. Yeah, it's very reminiscent of the Four Candles sketch with Ronnie Barker and Ronnie Corbett. Okay. So, nobody's requested any repeats, which means we can go through the answers. I'll reveal the Countdown Conundrum answer for you in a moment as well, of course, once I've gone through this round. Here we go. Question number 1. Who are currently the next 2 royals in line for the British throne? They are Prince William and Prince George. Question 2. Where in the world would you find a car with the international registration code V? It's Vatican City. Question 3. Who created Sherlock Holmes, The Wind in the Willows, and Tarzan? That's Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Kenneth Grahame, and Edgar Rice Burroughs. Question 4 is a Nepalese banga, a type of dog, pig, or cheese. Sounds like a car when you say it's going to be a Nepalese banger. No, it is a type of pig. Which is ironic, isn't it? Because bangers are nicknames for sausages, so you know. But it's spelt differently. Question 5. In which American states can you visit the Grand Canyon, Disney's Magic Kingdom, and the Gateway Arch? The Grand Canyon is in Arizona. Disney's Magic Kingdom is the one in Florida. And the Gateway Arch is in Missouri. Question 6. Who was the first wife to be divorced by Henry VIII? That is Catherine of Aragon. Question 7. PB&J stands for peanut, butter and jelly. And now I've got that bit from Family Guy in my head with its peanut butter jelly time. Question 8. Which is the highest value euro note in circulation today? They have up to 500 euro notes. Question 9. Which 3 books about Lisbeth Salander were written by Stieg Larsson, not to be confused with The Stig? He wrote The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Question 10. What colour was Robin's cape in the original Batman comics? It was yellow. Question 11. What is someone who believes in anti-disestablishmentarianism opposed to the disestablishment of the Church of England? Question 12. Which 5 hit singles by the Beatles mention the word love in the title? You have Love Me Do, She Loves You, Can't Buy Me Love, All You Need Is Love, and Real Love. Question 13. Which country has the most vending machines per head of population? That is in Japan. Question 14. Put these European rivers into the correct order with the longest first. It is the Rhine. Sorry, I gave you the Rhine, the Danube, and the Volga. But longest first, 1 point for each in the right place. Volga, then Danube, then Rhine. Question 15. According to a recent survey, which 4 varieties of apple were the most sold by supermarkets in the UK last year? It's Gala, Braeburn, Pink Lady, and Jazz. Okay, the answer for the Countdown Conundrum is liberally. 2 points for that one. Tally up your scores. Let's see how well you did. Once we've gone through the team scores, then we will, of course, move on to our survey says family fortunes question. And then we will go on to play catchphrase, where I'll be asking you more trivia questions to reveal the squares of the board from our 3 catchphrases, just like we've done before for those who've watched along and played along before. It's a lot of fun, but that's reminding me I need something else open. Keep the scores coming in, please. 17 points for Jan, 0 for the conundrum. Okay, 17 points is a good score. Okay, next one's coming in now. 9 plus 2 for Jody. 25 points for the donut, says Sue. Got the conundrum. Excellent. 13, but no conundrum again, says Catherine. Geraldine's got 13 as well. No conundrum. Okay. Who else? Anybody else going to put their scores in? Let me know before we move on. I mean, you can put them in if you've moved on. Still see the chat, but still. Last thing then before we move on, don't forget while you're watching, if you haven't done this already, tap like on the video, please. Any positive emoji reactions are much appreciated. Thank you. I can see some of you have already done it, of course. But all the good interactions really do help. All right, we're going to go over to the next round, but if you do comment your scores, then we will, of course, see them. Pinky and the Brain have got 21, plus 2 for the conundrum, and 2 for Rue's bonus. Yes, of course, add that on if you haven't done that already. For those who got it, very good score there. Well done. All right, I'm going to click over now. And here we go. So we're looking for the top 6 answers for this survey question, which I'll reveal to you in just a moment. From this point forward, you are all working together as one team. Everybody that's watching live, you are now the same team, and you need to guess in the comments. Have a guess in the comments what you think the answers are to this question, and the same will apply when we get on to catchphrase after this. Just the one Family Fortunes question. Guess away, please. Your question is, name an animal you couldn't fit in a mini. Name an animal you couldn't fit in a mini. Bit of fun, this one, I think. We're looking for the top 6 answers only, though, not the full 8 this time, just the top 6. Have a guess, please, in the comments. Guess as much as you like, and then we shall see how quickly you can work out all 6 of these answers. I'm sure we'll fly through these. You can all think of these ones, I'm sure of it. Sue has gone with elephant. Gary's gone with giraffe. Yes, elephant from Geraldine and Jody as well. Let's go with them first. Where is elephant on the list? Elephant is the top answer straight away, which makes sense. No, yeah, not like a mini skirt. No. How many times I have to tell you this is a family show? We've got giraffe from Gabby. Let's see where giraffe is. Oh, look, I've just noticed, Gabby, there's a 5-year badge next to your name and a 1-year badge next to Jodie's name. Oh, I do like it when I get to see those. And the diamonds next to them mean you're currently top fans as well, which is really cool to see. I do love it when it pops up in the chat and I see those. Anyway, with that said, let's reveal where giraffe is, because surely that's there. That's number 2. Excellent work there. I saw whale. Okay, so Sue's guessed whale. That's number 3. A blue whale particularly, but whale's fine. Hippo. That's it. Because when I was filling this in earlier, hippo's number 5. There's another thing you can look up in your own time. Oscar Isaac's hippopotamus song. This is only like 30 seconds long, but it's ridiculously simple, but very catchy. And I'm just reminded of that. So funny. Right. Whale. Yes, Jodie said whale as well. We've had hippo from Geraldine to hippo. Rhino. Is rhino one of the missing ones? Rhino is there. Well done. That's the 4th one. So number 6 now, our last one. Number 6, I would say, maybe not as bulky as any of those ones, but a little bit taller than 2 of them, I'd say, at least. Yeah. So still quite a large animal, 4 legs. You could ride it in sport or for leisure. Andy's just catching up with the last round. 17 plus 2 equals 19 for me. I'm going to sign out now, as these last live quiz rounds will take the confusion levels through the roof. Yes, great quiz, thanks. Well done, Andy. Thanks for taking part. Okay. Geraldine's guessed polar bear. That was probably before I gave away more clues. We've got alpaca guessed as well. So they're not there. But the missing answer is horse. Yes. Thank you, Gabby, Stu, Geraldine, Catherine. You all managed to guess that one there, I see. Yes. Good. Jodie, yeah, you all got horse there. Good. I gave away a few clues there, in fairness. Very quick, very simple, nice bit of fun. Let's get on to catchphrase. Right, so I'm just going to refill in the board then, because when I press these other numbers, they disappear even if I'm not showing you the screen, which is why they're hidden. Now, a catchphrase is hidden now behind those squares for 1 to 9. Let's bring up the wheel. You need to see that one, and I need to see the other one. There we go. So, I'm going to ask you a trivia question. If you get the trivia question correct, the wheel will determine which square on the board is revealed, and therefore in which order. And then you can guess as many times as you like what you think the catchphrase is. I think the words are, I guffawed at this one when I realised what it was. I did a very silly laugh to myself when I saw this for the first time, this first one in particular. So let me start asking you some more questions. So which country won the FIFA World Cup in 2022? Which country won the FIFA World Cup in 2022? That was when it was in Qatar. Which country won it? Have a guess in the comments, please. I'll spin the wheel now because I'm sure somebody will get it right eventually. There's only so many countries it could be. I will be removing square number 1. We'll be removing square number 1 from the wheel. Oh, Millie and Mike have gone with Argentina. Let's remove 1 from the wheel and the board. That is the correct answer. Very good. Oh, it didn't do my sound. Put a lot of effort into these sounds. There we go. Sorry if it doubled up there. Yes. Not quite enough, I don't think. Next question is, yes, thank you for guessing Argentina, Jan and Gabby as well. I see that. Unlucky was Sue there saying Spain. It's a good guess, but it wasn't right. In which museum could you find the Mona Lisa? Which museum could you find the Mona Lisa? Have a guess at that one in the chat, please, people. Let's see if you can work that one out. And number 9 will be revealed next. Where's the Mona Lisa? Oh, how to guess at the catchphrase there? Full of beans? No, it's good, but it's not the one. Louvre has been guessed. Is the Mona Lisa in the Louvre? The Gioconda, it is in the Louvre. Very good. So we're going to remove number 9. Oh, not quite enough. Well done, everybody, for getting the Louvre, though. Now we're going to move on now to question 14. Which religion was founded by L. Ron Hubbard? Which religion was founded by L. Ron Hubbard? Let us spin the wheel. And number 6. Okay, number 6. Maybe a little bit more helpful. Maybe. But which religion? No, not jumping jacks. No, good guess again, but no, not quite. Scientology is the answer to that question, though, yes. L. Ron Hubbard founded Scientology, so let's remove number 6. Okay, next question then. Who directed the movie Batman Begins? Who directed the movie Batman Begins? Spinning the wheel. Oh, hold the phone. Gabby's guessed sausage roll. It is the correct answer. So we'll roll over that question. Yes, it wasn't the Mormon religion. It was Scientology as well. So number 3, therefore, if you can guess this question correctly, I'll show you the rest of the picture first. I will remove number 3 immediately from the next one. And Gabby has guessed... Excuse me, Gabby's guessed Christopher Nolan, so we will do that for you. Let's reveal the rest of the board now, shall we? So you can see how ridiculous this is. I don't know why, this one just made me laugh. Sausage rolls. Roll or rolls, I don't mind. Right, let's cover it up and swap it out for the next one, and we can carry on. Now, this one, I'm not going to lie, looks really freaky to begin with. Looks really creepy, but afterwards it's all right. Okay, so just brace yourself. Let's remove number 3 from the board then, because you did get that question right there. Christopher Nolan was the correct answer. Okay, there we go. Right, you're not quite seeing the creepiness just yet. So we're going to remove that one. In fact, I need to swap over now, don't I? Oh, do you know what? If it crops up, I'll just remove it again. Let's spin the wheel. Your next question is, in 2024, which member of the Kardashians is the richest? In 2024, which member of the Kardashians was the richest? We shall remove number 7 from the wheel when the time comes. Which of the Kardashians was the richest by the end of 2024? Let's see. And of course, have a guess at this one. As soon as you think you know. Number 7 we're going to remove now. Kim is the correct answer. You all guessed Kim. Kim is the correct answer. You really, I think, need to... God, this is so creepy. Your next question. Which is the smallest recognized planet in our solar system? Oh, hold on. Hold the phone on that one. I'm going to just spin the wheel on the next one. Rocking Horse, says Gabby. I can't claim this. This is Chris, not me. It is Rocking Horse. I had a feeling that might have been enough there. I had a feeling. Let me just remove the rest of it. Keep guessing the planets, though, to work that one out. Let me show you this. Look at how creepy it is to begin with. The horse's head. Oh, my goodness. That is terrifying. Isn't it? Oh, my goodness me. Rocking Horse, though. Yeah, well done. Right, let's cover that nightmare fuel up, shall we? Did warn you. The next one's there. This one's a little bit trickier, I think, unless we get the middle column immediately. Now, you've guessed some planets. I asked you, which is the smallest recognized planet in our solar system? Pluto is not a planet. The reason, it is classed as a dwarf planet, but it's not a planet. And the reason they have declassified it a while ago now is because there's actually other rocks and things in our solar system which are about the same size as Pluto. So if they're going to class Pluto as a full-on planet, then they need to class all of those other rocks as planets. So basically that's why Pluto is not a planet. It's a dwarf planet at most. So it's not recognized as a small planet in that sense. See, that is terrifying. I know, right? I know. That's straight out of a horror movie. Honestly, whose idea was that? So Mercury has been guessed, though. Mercury is the correct answer. Let's go over to the next wheel. Oh, try and get it at the right height for you. There you go. Right, spin the wheel. Mercury is the correct answer, and we are going to be removing... Which one is it going to be? Oh, it's gone to number 6. Okay. Number 6 is gone. That's not going to help you in the slightest. So, let's go to the next question. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Really was terrifying. First woman to win a Nobel Prize. Have a guess in the comments. We're going to be removing number 3, and it is Marie Curie. Well done. Number 3 is gone. Next question. Which watchmaker keeps time at Wimbledon's centre court? Curie. Sklodowska? Yes, it was Marie Curie. So, for that previous question, which watchmaker keeps the time on Wimbledon's centre court? Have a guess. Objection? No. You can object all you like, because it all counts as extra comments and engagements, so I don't mind. Rolex. Everybody's guessing Rolex. Yes, Millie, Sue, Gabby, everybody that helped you get those answers, whoever it was, well done. Rolex is the correct answer for that one. We remove number 8. Yeah, there's no way I could pronounce that. But Marie Curie is the answer, with or without the rest of the name. It's The Exorcist? No, it's not The Exorcist. You might be able to get it now that I've removed number 8. Next question. Where we get to? Right, next question is, which country gave the Statue of Liberty to the USA? She was Polish, so Marie Curie is incorrect. Well, that is how we know her. I'm sorry, my friend. I can't put any more in it. Let me see. Has somebody got it correct, though? First comment is from Millie saying he put his foot in it. Sue says put your foot in it. Gabby says he is putting his foot in it. Yeah, I think we can just go straight to reveal this one. And yes, it was France that gave the Statue of Liberty to the USA, although they did semi-jokingly ask for it back recently. It is put his foot in it. Excellent work. Millie's answer I saw first, but everybody got it right. And yes, France for that last one. Very good work, everybody. That is the final catchphrase of the evening. And so that brings us to the end of another quiz. Thank you so much for your engagements. Thank you for getting involved in all of this again. It's just, it continues to be and always is great fun to bring this to you. Another milestone, a small milestone, getting to episode 170. Soon we'll be at 175. That's a little bit more of a milestone. And I'm already starting to think about, back in my mind there, what on earth would we do when we get to episode 200? What could we do for that? Because we'll get there. We will get there. Now, next week is Patreon quiz night because it's going to be the last Tuesday of the month. So we won't be doing Facebook Live next week, okay? If you want to support me on Patreon, guess what? Link's in the description. Or you can just message me if you're not sure and I'll send you a link directly to Patreon. If you choose to follow me and support me there is a free trial for your first month. You join a Google Meet call with me with all the other Patreons and we do a private quiz over a video call. I share my screen. We do something completely different that you won't see here on the Facebook Live quizzes. We have a right laugh. It's such good fun. So do consider joining me and supporting me in that way if you could. Free trial for the first month if you want it, if you haven't had that before. And then we'll be back to Facebook Lives again the following month, but I'll be back on the 10th. I can't do the quiz on the 3rd of June. I think I mentioned this last week. So there'll be no quiz on Tuesday, the 3rd of June. Mainly I've got a work thing, but also that is the day we're getting fibre broadband to the house. So I'll also that week be looking at how I can go live here and simultaneously on YouTube as well. So hopefully from then on, we're going to start getting a bit of a bigger audience coming in. We might reach out to more people on YouTube. At least I can try it. At least I can give it a try because I'll have the bandwidth to do it then. So no Facebook Live for 2 weeks, but keep an eye on everything I do because you know I'm sharing new quiz content all the time. I'm always sharing new stuff. I must get more TikTok videos posted, but I need to find the time to record them. But yeah, I'm always sharing new stuff and there's plenty more to find. Do consider joining Patreon next week, though. That is going to be good fun, as always. And let me just check the comments one last time, and I'll say goodnight to you all. Yes, thank you, Gabby, Geraldine. Thanks, Jan. Great to see you as well. Jodie, Millie. Thanks to Andy for watching earlier on, as always. A special guest for episode 200. Now, there's an interesting one. There is an interesting one. I don't know how we would do that. Don't know how we do that. That's an interesting concept, though. I like it. By the way, do you know that her notebook is still so radioactive to go through it? I imagine it is. I think I might have heard that before. Yeah, Marie Curie, yes. Great quiz. Thank you, Chris. You're welcome. Perfect. Right. Thank you all very much, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Like the video before you go if you haven't already. There is a merch thing. If you haven't read this already, 20% off is again happening in the merch store. Big Quiz Night in merch, 22nd to the 26th. And with that, I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.